Hello viewers, welcome to our today's vlog. We want to bring to you in our video today some of the areas that are hidden, industrial areas that are hidden in Kisumu. We have so many industrial areas in Kisumu, but there are some that are really hidden, and very few YouTubers or vloggers will be able to bring some of them to you. For example, we are along Kibos Road. We are along Kibos Road from Kaush. We are headed to Kibos, and if you look at the other end, you'll be able to see an industry. That is the iron industry, and in front of me are some of the materials that are headed into that industry. But that is not what we are focusing on today. Our today's focus is on some of the industries that we have around that are within areas that people think that are least developed in Kisumu. And we will be driving all the way. This is Kondele Kibos Road. We are along Kondele Kibos Road currently, headed to Kibos Center. We are going to pass through Kibos Center and then head straight to those industrial areas. The other end we have Kenya Ports Authority, which also there's very little activities going on within those areas. Where there is serious activities going on is where we are headed. Welcome, my name is Kevin Audi. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Kaudi Dialogues. We still bring you these vlogs. We still bring you some of the places and areas we have in Kisumu, because there are a lot of discussions that will follow after this. When we started this channel, we started by bringing you some of land ownership that we might have, and then we now translated into some of these vlogs showing you areas within Kisumu. And later in our channel we'll start bringing you different guests. We'll start having different conversation about life, about development, about human growth, about generally all-round development, about agriculture, about industrialization, so many discussions that we'll be having, and we'll be having several guests. Guys, as you can see on my left hand side, the other end, we have Kibos Primary over there, and then ahead of us is Kibos Center. We are headed to Kibos Center. We are trying to bring you this as slow as possible so that you'll be able to see everything that is going on. We don't want you to be left, we don't want anything to be left out that you didn't get proper chance to view it. Ahead of us we have Kibos Center, and as you can see, Kibos Center is generally informal settlement. There are no much fancy buildings around here, though there are few. As you can see on the other end, there are few fancy buildings, and most of them are commercial, because there's a center that is mostly business dominated. It's a growing center actually. It's a small center which is growing on the outskirts of Kisumu town, on your way to Chiga. Where we are currently, we are within Kano. This is within Kano. On our right we are within Kano. On our left we are headed to Kajulu area. So currently we are passing Kibos Center. This is the center. There are serious activities going on here. The businesses that are dominating this area are mainly small-scale businesses, and there are so many trucks. As you can see, these are pure confirmation that there are a lot of industries within this area, because for you to see such trucks along the road, it means there are so many transportation of goods, generally goods transportation that are happening. This is a sugarcane truck, guys, that is headed to get sugarcane to the factory. And we have another truck over there. These are, most of these trucks are from the factory. Most of them are from the factory, guys. Yes, there was some little commotion there, and we are off that. We are driving past Kibos Center. This is the Kibos Center, as you can see, guys. We are driving past Kibos Center, and within this center is a resident to so many people of different cultures. We have the Nubians, that is mostly the Muslim. They were Swahili. They are residing over here. We have Luos, we have lawyers, we have some Kikuyus doing businesses within this area. So past Kibos Center, we are heading straight. As you can see, the other side is railway, and as you know, most areas that are bordered by railway line are mostly industrial areas that are receiving goods through railway line. And when I talk of goods, that is raw materials, and then also the picking of finished goods. That is railway line, guys, all the way from Nairobi to here, past Nakuru, past Naivasha, all the way to Kisumu. And from Kibos Center, we are headed to River Kibos. That is River Kibos, guys. As you can see, there's a trailer coming ahead, so we'll have to give way for the trailer to pass because of the narrow nature of the bridge we have around. There's a bridge, guys, and the other end, that is River Kibos. We are headed straight into the industrial park that we have in Kisumu. Should we call it a dusty industrial park, or how do we call these, guys? The roads are very, very, very rough. We are past that railway line, so we are headed straight to the industrial area. As you can see, there are also high voltage electric cables that are also passing along this area. So we are driving towards the industrial park. When you look at this, guys, it brings the village nature, the village sort of vegetation that are here. So if you're driving along this route, you may not know that there are industries that are hidden past this area. As you can see, guys, these are some of the areas that we have here. You see, those are areas that are being developed specifically to host the workers that are working within these industrial areas. And this road also serves Kibos Prison. Kibos Prison ahead of us there, as you can see, we have Kibos Prison. Straight there we have Kibos Prison. Kibos Prison, there it is, guys. Kibos Prison is here there, as you can see. Kibos Prison, if you zoom. And then ahead of us we have now the big revelation. As you can see, there are so many trucks that are using this road. However dusty this road looks like, however bumpy and rough it looks like, this road contributes so much to our economy that you wonder why the road is still the way it is. But anyway, guys, it is serving the purpose, it is serving the industries, it is building our economy. So we have to sit, guys. As you can see, there you go, there you go. These are industries, guys, which we'll have a look at them. So those are tractors that are going to fetch sugarcane. So this is Kibo's sugar factory. This is the factory that produces the star sugar. In Kenya, we have sugar, fully processed sugar called star sugar. This is where this sugar is produced. Those are the trailers that are carrying that sugar out of the factory, and then that is the trailer that is going to get sugarcane. The two trailers are carrying two different items that are totally different, and one is a product of the other. Then we have the other side, we have the factory. As you can see, guys, we have the factory. We have the factory. We are cruising past the factory. We are first cruising past the factory, and then as we'll be coming back, I'll be explaining to you what each and every factory is doing. We've passed, that is the second gate of that factory. There are two factories that are doing totally two different things. Remember, this route also serves Kibo's School for the Blind. Kibo's School for the Blind is also here, just ahead of us. Kibo's Special, the Salvation Army Kibo's Special School. That is School for the Blind. Guys, as you can see, those are sugarcane. Those are sugarcane that are waiting to be processed. You see them? Those are trailers that are waiting to be offloaded sugarcane so that we can extract sugar. Guys, this is industrial hub. From the other end, you can't know that this is such a massive industrial hub. This is a trailer carrying sugarcane to the factory. So we give way. This is another industry, guys. As you can see, all the way. So many industries within this dusty road. So many industries being served by this dusty road. This is another factory, guys. That's the gate. That's the third factory along this line. The third factory along this line. That's another factory, guys. And then we have over here on our right, we have another factory that has really have serious landscaping and has really grown. It has been built within a very short time, guys. As you can see, it's called Ima Holias Tam Company. So the other end, we have another factory that is in operations. So coming back, guys, I'm going to explain all this. We'll be driving very slowly. As I explained to you, some of these factories, their function, their whatever they produce, and then how they are affiliated to one another. You see, like there's factories here that are as a result of one factory. The other factories were born. As a result of one factory, the other factories were born. Especially this one. There's another one here, guys. That is also a factory on its own. So coming over here, there's a big church that is coming within this area, guys. And that is New Life. For those who are in Kenya, we all know that there's a church in Mavueni called New Life. The church belongs to one guy called Pastor Ezekiel. So that's a truck, guys, coming with sugarcane for processing, and then they have their parking areas there. So I think we should turn from here, because the main purpose of this video was to try and bring to you some of the hidden factories with factories within Kisumu, or the very, very bumpy industrial area within Kisumu. Guys, you can see the smokes. From here, you can see the factories so well. It's really, really, really working. It's really operational, guys. Really, really operational. And this area, I think I should take you to ahead kidogo so that you see where some of these sugarcane are grown. These are sugarcane plantation, guys. What is serving that factory? The factory that we have just seen there, it is being served by these farmers. These sugarcane are grown by farmers. Not all of them belongs to those factories. Most of them belongs to individuals that grow them and then sells them to those factories. So let me just take you a little bit ahead, because all these are sugarcane vegetation. All these are sugarcane plantation that were born out of the fact that we have a sugar milling company around. Guys, this on its own has created so much employment that if it were a time when people are leaving or the shifts were changing, and you were to see people that are leaving that factory as others are coming in, guys, you will be perplexed. You will be perplexed, because it is serious employment opportunity for those who are in Kisumu. Not only those who are in Kisumu, there are people who have come from several places specifically to come and work. So from here, guys, I think we can turn so that I go explain to you some of those factories and what they produce. As I told you earlier, these are prepared land in readiness for planting. As you can see, there's sugarcane. There are sugarcane. I think I should get out of the car so that I show you some of these things while out of the car, guys. Guys, we are now out of the car. So these are some of the sugarcane plantation that we have around. These are young sugarcane plantation that is still growing, and then this is a ready processed land in readiness. Guys, as you can see, these are sugarcane plantation, a young one that is coming up, and we have more sugarcane plantation. So on the other end, furthest end, we have the factory. Let me just zoom it for you. The factory, we have the factory over there, and let's get in and try and see. Yes, it's almost raining here, guys. We are coming to you from East Africa, Kenya, a city called Kisumu, to be specific. Guys, this is still part of Kisumu. When you look at this, you think you are in a village somewhere or a remote area somewhere. This is still Kisumu, and not so far from the CBD. Not so far from the CBD. From where we are right now to CBD, a vehicle will charge you around 50 shillings. A motorbike will charge you around 150 shillings. That is, in terms of dollar, that is like $1 for a motorbike. And then for a vehicle, it's even less than $1. It's less than $1. Guys, more sugarcane plantation here. This is a little bit grown, unlike the ones that I showed you back there. That is a little bit grown. More trucks, guys, more trucks. So we are headed straight to factory. If you're watching this video, guys, please watch till the end, because there's so much that we are going to bring to you that will be really exciting, guys. This gives a homely view This gives a homely view. Gives a homely view. This gives a homely view. Huge herd of cattle. Huge herd of cattle. We have to give the way, guys, because these are animals and we must respect animal lives. So guys, over here are the parking for the trailers that are serving the factory. These are trailers that are waiting to be loaded. Some are waiting to offload. So they are parked here in waiting to offload or be loaded with goods. So ahead of us here, we have this factory. So as I told you earlier, these factories, as you see them on the other end, they were all born as a result of one particular factory. As a result of one particular factory. Guys, as you can see them, all the factories that you're seeing here, they were all born as a result of one particular factory. They were all born as a result of one particular factory, guys. So I'm going to explain to you some of these factories and what they produce. Let's start with this one. This one that you're seeing ahead of us, the one with red gate, this is a fertilizer factory. This is a fertilizer factory. So this one specifically produces fertilizers. The fertilizers that it produces is as a result of sugarcane waste that comes from sugarcane factory. This is a fertilizer factory called Kibos Fertilizer. Kibos Fertilizer. That's a fertilizer factory called Kibos Fertilizer. And then guys, from there we move ahead. As I told you, we have 4 major factories along this line. We have 4 major factories along this line. And then from there we come to Kibos Distillery. Kibos Distillery. This is a distilling factory, guys, that distills alcohol or spirits. So there we have Kibos Distillery. And then guys, we are closing our window because there's a lot of noise coming from the factory, so we won't be able to you won't be able to understand or listen to get what I'm saying if the noise is too much. So I have to close the window so that we be able to pass the message correctly. So from Kibos Distillers, we have Kibos Fertilizer, Kibos Distillers. We are now moving to Kibos Pepper. We are now moving to Kibos Pepper. So this is Kibos Pepper, the third gate from up. There it goes, guys. There it goes. That is Kibos Pepper. Then from Kibos Pepper, we are headed straight to this other side, guys. This is where they make their trailers, or that is where they service their vehicles. They repair their vehicles. They repair their machineries, plants and machineries. And that is where they park their trucks of sugarcane waiting to be offloaded. So that is where they have their sugarcane waiting to be offloaded, and that is also the offloading bay. They have their weighbridge at the other end, and also the offloading bay along that line. So from their offloading or parking area, we move straight to Kibos Sugar. So over here we have the Kibos Sugar factory. Over here we have the Kibos Sugar Factory. So we will make arrangements so that we come, get in, bring to you all the videos within the sugar factory, some of the processes that the sugarcane goes through to produce for us sugar that we consume on our tables. So we have Kibos Sugar. That is where the sugarcane is processed to produce sugar for us. And then in the process, there are other byproducts that I'm also going to explain to you going ahead. Then from Kibos Sugar, we head straight to Kibos Refinery. From sugar, now we move to Kibos Sugar Refinery. So Kibos Sugar Refinery as well, I'm going to explain to you. So from Kibos Sugar Refinery, we head down because I want to park somewhere and explain some of these things to you. Guys, before we get so much away from this, as I told you when we were starting, I was showing you these factories at the beginning of this video. I told you that the 4 companies that you've seen, that is the Kibos Sugar Factory, the Kibos Sugar Refinery, the Kibos Pepper Factory, the Kibos Distillery, and the Kibos Fertilizer. Those are 5 factories. All the factories were born as a result of one factory. The major factory that born all these factories are the Kibos Sugar Factory. The Kibos Sugar Factory is the mother factory of all these. It is from sugarcane that all these factories are born, guys. These factories, the 5 of them, depend on sugarcane. This is how the process goes. Once the sugarcane is bought from the farmers, it is transported to the factory. Once it reaches the factory, they extract sugarcane juice out of the sugarcane, and then the sugarcane juice is used to produce sugar. Once the sugarcane juice has been extracted from the sugarcane and used to produce sugar, the byproduct that comes out immediately, and that is the sugarcane bagasse. The sugarcane bagasse are now the waste, or the stem that has been pressed and the juice is extracted out. That stem is moved from the sugar factory to the pepper factory. It is grinded into fine powder, mixed with some used peppers, and then with other chemicals, and then it is used to produce pepper. And that one gave birth to Kibos Pepper. Then from the sugarcane factory, then from the pepper, we get waste of pepper. Waters cannot produce pepper anymore, and then also some part of waste that came from the sugar milling company, which are the sugarcane bagasse. These are moved to fertilizer section to be mixed with other organic materials to produce fertilizer. So we've seen 3 companies have come out of one company. The main purpose of starting up these factories that you've seen was to produce sugarcane. Once the sugarcane has been produced, now we have the sugarcane and we have the sugarcane bagasse. So the sugarcane bagasse is now used to produce pepper. Then after producing the pepper using sugarcane bagasse, there's still sugarcane bagasse that cannot be used to produce pepper, or there are waste that still come. Those ones are mixed, and then once they are mixed, they are used to produce fertilizer. Then the juice that was extracted will not fully be utilized to produce sugar. There is something called molasses that also comes from the sugar cane juice. So once the sugar has been produced out of the sugar cane juice, the sticky there is that byproduct, sticky byproduct called molasses that is moved to distillery. Now molasses is used to, is fermented. After fermentation, it is used to produce spirit or alcohol. That is used now to produce spirit or alcohol, and that is what gives birth to Kibos Sugar Refinery. It is being refined, Kibos Sugar Distillery, I mean. Sorry for that, guys. Kibos Sugar Distillery. It is that molasses that is used, that is distilled to give us now spirit or alcohol. There's a tractor overtaking us, guys. So once molasses has been used to produce spirit or alcohol, the waste still moves all the way to fertilizer, because as you all know, this is part of what is used to produce some of the nutrients that plants use. At the same time, it is also used to produce some animal feeds that are fed to animals. And then the sugar that is produced can also be taken further to refinery. It is going to, taken to refinery to be refined so that we can have industrial sugar. From refinery now, it is being refined to give us industrial sugar. Once we have industrial sugar, we have sugar that is produced from the sugar milling factory. We will be able to have the alcohol, we will be able to have fertilizer and have cartons, which are the papers. So guys, those are 5 factories that are born out of one product, which is sugarcane. Guys, we are done with the factory and we are done with the explanation. We are now crossing the railway line, headed back town. So we are headed back to Kibos Center. That was our short tour of Hiden Industries in Kisumu. Hiden Industries in Kisumu. That is an industrial area that actually is dominated by majorly one entrepreneur that really understood how to diversify and maximize on one product. Guys, what some of the challenges that we face is diversification and being able to maximize so that you can produce maximum profit on one particular product that you've identified. Otherwise, thank you guys, thank you for our video. We are ending our video here because the major thing that we wanted to bring to you guys, you have been able to see, you have been able to experience. Until next time, when we bring you now the processes within the factory, keep locked. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, guys, we are humbly requesting you to subscribe to our channel so that we bring you more of these videos, because there are a lot of content in store coming ahead, guys. Subscribe to our channel, click on the bell so that you will be getting our notification whenever we post a new video here, for your real-time viewing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Until we meet again next time.